Hey there, trainers, a Pokédad here to get you ready for the global wild area debut of Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. We'll go over event details, top counters, prep tips, and battle strategy. So Gigantamax Grimmsnarl will be in 6-star max battles on Saturday, November 15th and Sunday, the 16th. The event runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days, so expect those battles during that time, but I bet they'll also start a little bit earlier and run a little bit later as well. Now let's cover the battle and then get into the top counters. So Gigantamax Grimmsnarl is going to be a 6-star max battle boss, so it's going to cost you 800 max particles to battle and can be done remotely with a remote pass and 800 max particles. It can be battled with a maximum of 100 trainers split into teams of 4, which you can see which team you're on when you're in the lobby, or when you're in the battle, it should show your team number up at the top towards the max meter. You can also check that the trainers on the other teams by pressing on your team number in the lobby, and this is great if you remote invited a friend and you're curious if they were able to join or not. Now, the prevailing method for these battles, especially in larger groups, is to comprise your party of 2 defending Pokemon to soak up damage in the regular phase and 1 main attacking Pokemon to utilize in the max phase. Now remember, during the regular battle phase, you're going to want to use only your fast attacks and not your charged attacks, so that way you're filling up that max meter as quickly as possible, and that is best done using fast moves that have a half-second attack time. And remember that Dynamax Pokemon have their max attack determined by the type of their fast attack, while Gigantamax Pokemon have a set move that cannot be changed. So Dynamax versus Gigantamax Pokemon may have different needs for their fast attacks. And then be aware that Grimmsnarl is shiny available and has a hundo CP of 1628. Now let's talk counters. Grimmsnarl is a dark and fairy type Pokemon, making it weak to fairy, poison, and steel type attacks. During the battle, it'll be able to use 2 charged moves out of its move pool. One is a large attack that is unavoidable, and one that is a targeted attack which you can dodge when you see those 3 little lines above your Pokemon's head when its Peter Tingle activates. The charged moves it can know are the dark type Foul Play and Dark Pulse, the fairy type move Play Rough, and the fighting type move Power Up Punch. So with that in mind, let's go over top counters. Top attackers are going to be Crown Zacian with Metal Claw, Dynamax Metagross with Bullet Punch, Dynamax Excadrill with Metal Claw, Dynamax Hatterene with Charm, and Dynamax Duraludon with Metal Claw. Max attack at level 3 for these would be optimal to deal the most damage. Now, best defenders or healers are going to be Crown Zamazenta with Metal Claw, Dynamax Excadrill with Metal Claw, Gigantamax Lapras with Water Gun, Gigantamax Rillaboom with Scratch, and Dynamax Blissey with Pound. These Pokemon have a higher defense and stamina stat, so they're going to be best utilized with a level 3 max guard or level 3 max spirit if you are healing. And then also remember, even if your Pokemon faint, that cheering does really help boost the max meter for your team and can really sometimes come in clutch, so do not give up. And if your team, everybody on your team faints out, cheering will then also cheer the other teams that are playing. Now, with top counters leveled up and with max attacks, I would say going in with 6 trainers, this is going to be doable. But if you're bringing level 20 Pokemon with level 1 max attacks, then I would say 12 or more trainers are going to make this a little bit easier for you. My team suggestion here is I'm going to go with a Crown Zamazenta, Dynamax Metagross, and a Crown Zacian. If you don't have those Crown Pokemon, then I suggest switching in Dynamax Excadrill or Dynamax Duraludon to be some damage sponges as well. But honestly, just go with the best counters from that list that you have that are leveled up the highest and have the highest max moves, and you should be just fine. Now that you know what to use, let's talk about maximizing your amount of battles. During the Wild Area event, all trainers are going to be able to get 1,600 max particles on both days of the event, while ticketed trainers will be able to get 3,200 max particles per day. I also highly recommend bringing over at least 1,600 max particles from Friday so you can snag another 2 battles. Making sure both days you check into a community ambassador hosted meetup because this event, after winning 3 max battles, you're going to receive an additional 800 max particles. So without the ticket, you should be able to complete 8 max battles for free, and ticketed trainers should be able to complete at least 12 with really no stress involved here. Now, if you're short on some particles for a battle, make sure you check your November Go Pass if you haven't collected them from the free path, and you should have about 500 max particles or so sitting there, and even more if you've upgraded to the Deluxe path. And lastly, make sure you're getting as much easy candy for this Pokemon as possible by Mega Evolving your highest level Dark or Fairy type Mega Pokemon. And this is going to include Mega Deontay, Gardevoir, Altaria, Audino, Tyranitar, Absol, Houndoom, Gyarados, Sableye, or Sharpedo. You have a lot of options there. Pick whichever one you have Mega'd the highest level. Now let's quickly cover if Gigantamax Grimmsnarl is worth adding to your roster or worth grinding to get a good one. So the bottom line is Gigantamax Grimmsnarl will have a dark type max move of Gmax Snooze, and it is one of 2 Pokemon that of the Gigantamax Pokemon that are dark type. with the other one being Urshifu Single Strike. Now, you may have Dynamax Single Strike Urshifu, but Gigantamax Grimmsnarl will deal more damage of that dark type than Dynamax Urshifu does. However, once the Gigantamax version of Urshifu enters the game, that's going to take the throne for dark type attackers. So the biggest thing is that Kubfu and Urshifu are legendary Pokemon, so their candy is harder to obtain, other than making it your buddy and walking, or leaving it in power spots. Those are about the only ways to really grind for candy. Whereas Grimmsnarl's evolution line will be out in the wild, especially for this event, and in eggs, and they'll probably stay a little bit there as well. So the candy is going to be much more readily available, and especially that XL candy to get those max moves up to level 3. So I would recommend doing as many of these battles as you can and really try to get a good one. The shiny, of course, is fantastic, but this is going to be a great dark type attacker. But no matter what you're able to do, make sure you get out there and enjoy the game by yourself or with your PokeFam and friends. And if you like content like this, or you're looking for quick weekly updates as well, check out my other videos. I try to run through things as quickly as we can because I value your time as much as I value my time. But yeah, so check those out. But I'll catch you next time.